Welcome back to Awakening the Inner Avatar. Today, we're talking about one of the most emotional episodes in all of Avatar: The Last Airbender, Appa's Lost Days. This episode isn't just about where Appa went. It's about what happens when we're separated from safety, from home, from the ones we love. It's about trauma, trust, kindness, and the invisible bonds that never break, even across distance. Let's walk gently through Appa's journey together. We begin 4 weeks earlier in the desert. Toph is holding up the sinking library. Appa is being tied down by sandbenders. He fights hard, but he's still taken. They ransack his saddle, disappointed to find nothing valuable. He's sold, drugged, transported toward Ba Sing Se. Even as he's carried away, Appa hears Aang's sky bison whistle. He tries to break free. He can't. This moment reflects something many of us know: the pain of wanting to return to safety, but not being able to. Appa is sold again to a traveling circus. Caged animals surround him. He's starved, mocked, threatened. The trainer promises food, but only if Appa submits. When Appa secretly uses airbending to bring food closer, the trainer tortures him with fire. This is trauma in its rawest form. Control through fear. But even here, kindness appears. A young boy sees Appa's suffering and feeds him hay. A small act of compassion in a place of cruelty. Sometimes, when we're hurting most, even the smallest kindness becomes lifeline. Appa finally escapes. He returns to the desert, to where Aang last was. But the library is gone. He roars into emptiness. He flies hungry, exhausted, alone. He finds strange honey, gets chased by wasps, keeps moving. Eventually, he reaches a small settlement and rests. As he sleeps, we see a memory: the day Aang chose him as a baby sky bison. And at the same time, Aang is remembering this moment too. Even across distance, their bond is alive. Appa's journey continues through exhaustion and injury. He's chased away from shelter, crosses the sea, fights off a wild boar, sleeps in a cave for days. He's surviving, but he's not safe. This is what prolonged stress looks like. Always alert, always tired, never fully able to rest. Until someone kind finds him. Suki discovers Appa first. She approaches slowly, gently, with respect. She brings food, returns with the Kyoshi warriors, cleans his wounds. For the first time in a long time, Appa experiences care instead of control. Suki calls this their most important mission, getting Appa home. But Azula arrives. A battle breaks out. Suki tells Appa to fly to find Aang, even when it means she'll be left behind. Love sometimes looks like letting go so someone else can be safe. After days of flying through storms, Appa reaches the Eastern Air Temple. There he meets Guru Patik. At first, Appa is defensive. Fear has replaced trust. Guru Patik senses everything Appa has been through. Hurt and betrayed, still full of love. But fear has moved in where trust should be. He doesn't force, he waits. He offers presence. Eventually, Appa rests beside him. Guru Patik attaches a message for Aang and explains that their energies are forever connected. Invisible strings connect us all. For the first time since being taken, Appa sleeps peacefully. This is what true healing feels like. Being seen, being safe, being allowed to rest. Guided by Guru Patik, Appa flies to Ba Sing Se. He hears the sky bison whistle. Hope surges. But it isn't Aang. It's Long Feng. Appa is trapped again. Sometimes healing begins, and then we're tested again. Let's take a breath. This episode is about trauma, but also resilience, love, and the bonds that never break. Trauma can shake trust, but love still lives underneath. Even after everything, Appa is still capable of connection. Now let's ask ourselves, where in my life has fear replaced trust? This is a question that at some point in our lives we always ask ourselves or find ourselves reflecting on, and that's because sometimes things happen in our lives that change the course of our own lives. And what ends up happening is that depending on what happens, if it's something that's bad or not good, we kind of just go to a place of fear. And so everything becomes fear or comes from a place of survival instead of from a place of living and trusting and flowing through life. And so really what ends up having to happen is kind of recognizing that within ourselves and just kind of come to a place of wanting to heal that, whatever that situation, whatever happened, wanting to heal that, going back, recognizing it, accepting it, and then moving forward to healing it. There are many different forms, but the beginning of that healing is always recognizing and coming to an awareness of what happened. Why are you here in this moment? And then as time goes on, you kind of go at your own pace when it comes to understanding what's going on. So, like, something that can help you understand and even be okay with moving at whatever pace you're moving in. An affirmation that can help is, my heart can heal at its own pace. And again, like, this affirmation, basically, it's accepting that you are moving at your own pace. As long as you are in a path of healing, you are moving at your own pace. So, like, I can repeat that and just kind of think to myself, whatever pace I'm moving in is okay, because my heart is healing from whatever happened. It's healing at its own pace, and that is fine. Small kindness can change everything. The boy at the circus, Suki, Guru Patik, each one helped Appa survive. Now we ask ourselves, who has shown me unexpected kindness during a hard time? This is one that we kind of sit and again, like, all of these are meant to be reflections and things that we think about. But if you're going through a hard moment, others may not understand that. People go through life not understanding that other people are going through things. So that's why it's always important to remember that being kind doesn't really cost us anything. Being kind is something that you can do for free to anyone, because you never know what people are going through. And then you also have to think about, well, what am I going through? If you're going through a difficult moment, think about, who helped or who smiled at you. It can be something as small as a smile. It can be anything that is coming from a place of kindness, So those are things that are important to think about, whether you are going through a hard time or other people are going through a hard time. A small act of kindness can do wonders for people. Now, an affirmation that can help you if you are going through a hard moment is, and you can repeat after me, of course, kindness finds me even in difficult seasons. Now, basically, by saying this, we're kind of opening ourselves up to kindness. Sometimes we don't understand why people aren't kind, but maybe we're missing when people are kind. So we kind of just have to be open to receiving that kindness. No matter how small it is. Like I said, a small act of kindness can do wonders when you or we are going through a hard moment. I can definitely speak to that. Absolutely. Real bonds don't break with distance. Aang and Appa feel each other across miles. Love doesn't disappear when we're separated. It continues. Now, something we can ask ourselves is, who am I still deeply connected to, even from afar? This is something that it can be friends, it can be people that we used to know, family, anybody that we've ever cared about. When we think about a connection, I think that connections are built. I feel like there's not a timeline on that. Some people, they end up bonding within a few days or a few months or a year. But even when you separate, even when you create distance between that person, there's still a bond. There's still a bond there. There's still something that pulls you to that person. There's still a connection there. If the bond is true, you know. Sometimes we go through life and we have relationships with people, and by that I mean whether love, like romantic relationships, friendships, or even family, that we may not have a bond with. We may never have create that bond with these people. But then there are some people, and again, the same list that I listed, friends, romantic relationships, or family, that we create a bond with, that no matter how far we are, we still gravitate to these people. We are still connected to them in some way. And so it really is about taking that into consideration and just kind of reflecting on that. How connected are you to this person? Through love and through care and through compassion, through friendship, you know. So yeah, I'm a true believer of that. Even those that we lose, those people that we lose that have passed away, there's still sometimes a very deep connection to them. So it really is maybe just about kind of sitting with that and seeing where that connection and bond comes from. How did you bond with this person? In, for example, Aang and Appa's case, they were, when I go back and I look at this episode, one of my favorite parts is when Appa is remembering the first time that he met Aang, which was when Aang picked him to be his sky bison, to be his best friend forever, his companion for life. And so that's a very special moment. And from there, they were bonded for life, to walk together through this life forever. And so an affirmation that can help us understand this reflection is: love continues to guide and connect me. Appa's lost days reminds us that even when we feel lost, even when we feel alone, we are still connected through memory, through love, through invisible threads we can't always see. If you're in a season of healing right now, be gentle with yourself. Trust can return. Safety can return. You can return to yourself. Until next time, take care of your heart. This is Awakening the Inner Avatar. This podcast is a fan-created project intended for educational and spiritual reflection. All clips, references, and content related to Avatar, The Last Airbender, Star Wars, Rebels, and other media are used under fair use for commentary, analysis, and transformative discussion. All rights to original shows, characters, and music belong to their respective creators and copyright holders.